As you've probably seen by now, BILT has just released a new suite of cards. And a lot of them are getting maligned. And I think I have a strong read on the value proposition here. And I think you're really going to like it. I've seen a lot of hubbub. I'm not paid by BILT. I don't think I even have a referral link. I'm not an affiliate. I'm nothing like that. This is my actual opinion on the topic. And I think I have a very, very strong read on this, and I think you're going to like it. So let's get into this now. So BILT just released their 3 new cards. BILT, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is currently arguably the best credit card in the world, right? It lets you earn rewards on rent, and it has a bunch of other features. Like if you were a BILT member and you haven't taken advantage of like the free shake at Berries or the BILT collection, some of those other benefits, you're missing out. BILT is great. And their points are arguably the most valuable in the world, too. Some people value them at 2.2 cents a point. That's probably a little bit of a push, but it's honestly not far from accurate. That's probably about right. They're very, very valuable, especially when you consider the transfer bonuses they have all the time. So anyway, they're doing away with their old card. They've moved away from Wells Fargo. And now they have 3 new ones. And the economics of these new cards is very interesting. So first, I'm just going to go through it very, very quickly about actually the structure of these cards. There's basically 3. The first is the BILT Blue card, as you can see here. $100 of BILT cash as a sign-up bonus. Everyday spend, you get 4% BILT cash. We're going to talk about what that is in a moment, and that's the real value proposition that we have here. Everyday spend is 1x points. Rent and mortgage is up to 1x. We'll talk about that as well in a second, how that works. Cardholder exclusive, pay rent and mortgage with no transaction fees. All this is not that interesting either. Obsidian is the second one, so that's blue. Obsidian, you get $200 of BILT cash as a sign-up bonus, $100 of annual value, designed to deliver more than annual fee year after year. That's just marketing speak. The main things you get is everyday spend, 4% BILT cash, 3x points dining and grocery. I'll get to why this one doesn't make sense in a second, but 2x travel, 1x everyday spend, up to 1x for rent and mortgage. Again, not that interesting. We'll get to that. That's a key point in a second. But anyway, you get $100 of BILT travel hotel credit. I value this at 0. It's like the Chase Sapphire preferred card hotel credit. I've never used it. It's not worth anything. So anyway, that's $95. The last one is the Palladium. I want to put this out to you first before we talk about the value here. I think it'll make sense in a second why I've done it this way. So 50,000 BILT points is a sign-up bonus. I mean, that is a valuable sign-up bonus. No doubt that is a valuable sign-up bonus. And gold status. I am going to be getting the Palladium card. And I know that sounds insane, and I'll explain it to you in a second. $300 of BILT cash as a sign-up bonus, $1,000 plus of annual value, whatever. Everyday spend, 4% BILT cash, 2x points, 1x points, rent and mortgage, whatever. Okay. Here are the benefits you get. $400 BILT travel hotel credit. I wouldn't use this normally, with a big caveat. I wouldn't use this normally. There is a reason we're going to get to. Sorry to keep leading you on, by the way. I'm not actually pushing it back. I'm just trying to get this part out of the way. First, $200 of BILT cash awarded annually. That's hard to value, right? That's hard to value as well. Priority Pass weren't worth $469. I already have Priority Pass. I don't need this. And cardholder exclusive, again, with all the other cards. Pay rent and mortgage with no transaction fee. Okay. Here's the most important thing to first figure out now. What is the value of this BILT cash, right? Because if they're giving you 4% back on your spend, I mean, and 2x points, which is, that's like 8% back on your spend, right? How does that work? Obviously, it doesn't. It's more complicated. So here's the interesting thing about BILT cash right here. So BILT cash, unlike points, is a fixed value, right? So this is saying starting 26 earn $50 of BILT cash for every 25,000 BILT points. That's not obviously where we're going to be getting most of ours from. We're going to be getting most of ours from actual card spend. Here's the interesting thing. Here's how you redeem it. So there's a couple of different ways of redeeming it. First, you have every $30 of BILT cash gets you 1,000 points up to your full rent or mortgage amount. So if you value 1,000 points at $15, each dollar of BILT cash is worth about half a cent. Each dollar is worth about half a dollar, right? So it's worth about every cent of BILT cash is worth half a cent, right? That's pretty valuable. That essentially means that you're earning 4x on other spend here. And I think that's actually the correct way to value it, actually. BILT Home Collection, redeem BILT cash to gain access to BILT's luxury hotel collection, exclusive benefits during your stay. Here's the interesting thing. Redeem BILT cash to book exclusive experiences like dining reservations, fitness class, comedy shows, and more. I use those actually a lot, personally. So that makes sense for me. I use the fitness classes a lot from BILT. You'll also be able to redeem your BILT cash for dollar monthly credits. Again, big source of value. Hotel bookings. If you remember, the Palladium card gives you, what is it? Where is it here? $200 twice a year as statement credits for hotel bookings. So my play, and I think this is, correct me if you're wrong here, I think this is going to work, is going to be essentially get this, use this as my catch-all card, right? That's going to make a ton of sense, Get a bunch of that BILT cash, get credit for hotel bookings, lift credit, and fitness classes, which I all use. I don't really use BILT Dining, Home Delivery, or the BILT Collection. And then the rest of it can go to rent and mortgage. So even if you're just valuing it at rent and mortgage level, that's something like this is worth something like 2% back on top. That's awesome. That's an awesome value prop, right? An awesome value proposition. But it's probably worth more than that, right? From a dollar for dollar perspective, I'm going to be using these other features. So this for me makes a lot of sense. Now, the $495 annual fee is very, very high. Not going to deny it. But I get a $50,000 BILT point sign-up bonus, and I get gold status for the first year. Like, that pays it off easily for 2 years. And I'll probably use this and definitely use the BILT cash. So like the effective annual fee for me is I'm valuing it like something like $195 I'm paying for. And the enhanced rewards for all other spend, which I have a big category of, generally, easily worth it. Easily worth it. Now, is it a bummer the old one's going away? Do I like this one better or the old one better? I like the old one better. The old one was a phenomenal card. It played a great role in my setup. I already have a 2% back card, so I don't really need this. But the old one was awesome. But the reality is, this one is good in its own way. It's a very different product. It's not even the same product at all, but it's great. It'll 100% do the job. And yeah, honestly, I think it makes a lot of sense. Anyway, guys, I want to know what you guys think. Does that make sense to you? I mean, I think I've laid it out pretty clearly. I think that's pretty much the play, but I'd love to know what you guys think. Anyway, if you're new, please subscribe down below. Really appreciate it. Hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.